We have a 2008 Nissan Sentra. Since I got this car for my daughter, that airbag light has been flashing, and now we have no horn function. The cruise control has not worked since we bought it, and these radio controls don't work. It's unknown if she's going to keep this car much longer, but I'd like to get it fixed. I chose to buy this very inexpensive clock spring spiral cruise and functions. First, disconnect the battery. Next, we have these little covers on the left and right, whoa, of the steering wheel. Inside there is a 10mm bolt, very tight. It looks like that. It looks like they had blue Loctite on it. Removing those two bolts, the airbag should come off. This freaks me out a little bit. I'm trying to do it one-handed too. I don't know if I can. Oh, look at that. What's in there? A couple of connectors. These little tabs pull right up, like so. By the way, I put an O here for orange and a Y here for yellow. This car has another connector here. Has a little tab right down there. That guy's out. There's one Nissan Sentra airbag. I think I'm safe. It won't explode when it's out. This is a 19mm socket to take the steering wheel off. That broke loose quite easily. Loosen it up. I think the steering wheel's ready to come off. Take these guys out of this little kind of holder. I'm assuming that little mark and the little mark down there have some significance here. One-handed again. Hang on, I just got to feed those through that hole. These plastic covers need to come off with a Phillips screwdriver. There's the two screws. Is there more? Looks like there's one more hidden up in here. Here's a really tricky part. Getting these two things separated. Hang on, I gotta jam another screwdriver in over here. So I got it started with the little screwdriver, and then push this guy in. Now, apparently there's more of these clips on the back. I don't think they want anybody in here. Let me figure out how to get back there. I got this separated by jamming this little screwdriver in here, just pushing, prying a little bit, and it came right apart. And did the same thing on the other side. There's the top half. On this car, we got to remove this panel. I did it by just pulling on it. It has locking tabs. It just snaps off. Now I can get this guy out of the way. That panel can just hang down there. Here's the $20 replacement unit. Certainly looks about the same as that. It's got this extra piece here. Oh, I think that's a temporary lock thing that comes off. The back side, again, this is a new one. There's two connectors. This yellow and gray connector are going to have to be released and disconnected. I got the gray one started. Come on, yellow dude. I don't want to break that thing. What do you do? Just push up. There we go. Wow, careful. Next, remove these two screws. One there and one there. There's a tab up here to release this thing. Again, this one-handed thing isn't the greatest. There's one more connector here. I just disconnected that one. There's a tab up here. There's a tab down here. Look at that. That should go right back on that one. Do the same on this one. One-handed. Alright, reassembly time. I just plugged that connector back in. Need to make sure that tab lines and is it gonna snap? There it goes. Tighten the two screws. I'm pretty sure I just figured out you have to do the yellow one first. If you put the gray one in first, you can't get the yellow plug in. Now, this lower part Gonna go back on. Had to wiggle it a little bit to make sure it was seated on here properly. Now I'm just snapping these two halves back together. Now I'll push that lower panel back on. That panel's back on. Just snaps back in place, no screws. This piece, alright, I had to squeeze that. Needs to come off now. I'm going to make sure this thing doesn't spin out of its clocked position. That big plastic pin right there is going to align with this hole right here, feeding these through the center of that big hole in the steering wheel. Now I need to align the two notches like so. I can't do it one-handed. Just torqued that nut down. I didn't notice these were color-coded down here, so I didn't have to mark the orange and yellow. I just need to plug this guy in right here, plug those two on, and remount the airbag assembly. You need to push on these black locking tabs pretty hard to get them to snap into place. Make sure you do that, because you don't want those to fall off somehow. I just connected that last connector. Now, one-handed, setting this back in place, and I'm going to put the two bolts in the side. I did forget to put these 3 screws in. I'm getting excited. I want this to be done. I want to test it. So I need to put these in to the plastic part up here first. I'm very slowly and very carefully using this deep socket to hand start these. I don't want to drop the screw inside there and have to take it apart again. Tighten these guys up. Put the little plastic covers back on. The moment of truth is quickly approaching. I'm going to hook this negative cable back up on the battery. Well, I'm in the passenger seat. Alright, the airbag didn't go off. The wipers are on. Here we go. Oh no, the airbag light is still blinking. Got a horn. Maybe it'll go off soon. I went for a test drive. We now have a functioning horn. We have cruise control. I was able to set it, go down in speed, up in speed. It works fine. I can cancel and turn it off. I don't know if these radio controls are gonna work. I'll let my daughter test that out. I just got to get that airbag to quit flashing. I may be able to do a reset with my OBD reader. Check it out. No more airbag light. I looked it up on YouTube, and all you do is go like this. Wait till it starts blinking. Shut it off. Do that 4 times. On the 5th time, when you turn it on, it did this. And it stays off. Nice. Project completed with a $20 part. I hope it lasts.